Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details. And as you can see, the leaves are starting to fall on the ground. We are mid-October and I am completely blown up the next 2 weeks with customers wanting to get their vehicles prepped for wintertime. I wanted to do a quick video to share with you guys kind of my process and products that I use for prepping a vehicle for wintertime. So what is it that we're looking for when it comes to winter prep? Well, obviously, because of the type of environment that we're going to be seeing, especially here in PA, they like to salt the crap out of the road. So there's obviously high, contact with road salts, road film, dirt and grime. And then because it's so cold, a majority of customers are not going to be doing the safe pH neutral soaps and contact washes with the 2-bucket grid guard like most detailers would recommend. They're going to be going the quick and warmest way possible, and that's going to be an automatic car wash. Now, automatic car washes are not completely horrible as long as you're going through a touchless car wash. Especially in the wintertime, I would never recommend going through an automatic car wash with brushes. Although you might get a deeper clean, there may not be that film kind of left behind on the car like a touchless, but you're scratching the crap out of your finish and essentially shaving small micro layers of your clear coat off and compromising the integrity of the clear coat. Because as you're shaving off those thin layers of clear coat and putting scratches in your car, you're also removing some of the UV protection. So I do recommend the safest route in the wintertime after, it's gotten below 40, 30 degrees and you can't really wax your vehicle. The automatic touchless car washes are probably the safest route to go. But unfortunately, automatic car washes use a high pH soap typically. They're going to be around the 12 range on the pH scale. And what happens is if you're using something like a carnauba wax or even just a quick spray wax or something that you can pick up over the counter at Walmart, even like a Meguiar's Express spray wax or an Optimum spray car wax, although they are great for maintenance, once you get below 40 degrees, it's not really an ideal situation to be applying wax. And so even though these spray waxes are convenient in the summer because we wash our cars probably once a month, typically those spray waxes are only going to last you maybe a month, 2 months max in protection. Now, Optimum spray wax, some would say probably is closer to 3 months, which that's great for spray wax. But even when you're looking at a carnauba wax, something like a Meguiar's Ultimate Paste or something like that, you're going to get anywhere from 3-4 months of protection, but they're not normally very pH resistant. If you go through a automatic car wash, the high pH soap is going to degrade or completely strip that wax off of your vehicle. That the soaps can't distinguish between road film and dirt or your wax. So whatever is on the surface of your car, it's going to kind of start attacking it and stripping it and removing it. So you need something that is a little bit more chemically resistant and that's going to be able to withstand the road salts and the high pH alkaline soaps of automatic car washes. Obviously, ceramic coatings are going to be the most chemical resistant. They're going to last you years, not months, but they can cost you a lot of money, sometimes upwards of $500, $600, $1,000, depending on the size of your vehicle and the amount of prep work that is entailed in that. So that kind of leaves us to want to stay within the sealant range when it comes to protection. Most sealants are man-made and they are meant to withstand a higher pH soap, the chemical resistance, and they also have some fillers that are included in them, so that's going to give you a little bit more of a glossy shine versus the warm shine of our carnauba. And you're going to find just a little bit more of it's similar to a ceramic coating with the glass-like reflection and the fillers. It's going to kind of help when the light shines off of the paint. You're not going to see so many of the scratches because that sealant can kind of help fill in some of those scratches. And also, sealants will last you longer. They're typically 4 to 6 months of protection based on how you prep your vehicle. So I want to share with you guys the product that I use more than likely to prep a vehicle for wintertime. Now, it's actually this product right here, and you'll probably recognize this way to kind of prepare the wax. A lot of you might be thinking, why are you drinking your wax? I'm not. That's actually hot water that I have in there. And Collinite 845. Now, this is a wax, but it is a kind of hybrid wax sealant combination. And what I like to do is I will keep this warm in my thermos throughout the day, and then you want to shake this up. You want to loosen all this up and get it liquid. And then what we're going to do, actually, once we've got our vehicle prepped, we're going to put a spray nozzle on the end of this, and we're going to spray this onto our waxing applicator pad. We're going to apply this through a DA, and I'm just going to kind of quickly show you that process. So you can see now that it's been warm and we've got it shaken up, we've got a nice liquid form. Even though it was hard beforehand, now it's nice and soft, and it's easy to put through a spray nozzle. What's great about this product, it was actually first invented to help coat electrical kind of end caps or components for the electric companies. And they found that it had a high resistance to heat, and somehow some people started using it for, you know, vehicles, for boats, things like that, and it has a fantastic resistance to chemicals, and it has great filling capabilities, and just amazing shine to it. It's one of my favorite, hand down, when it comes to wintertime. So we're going to go ahead and prep this vehicle. We're going to wash it. We're going to clay bar it. We're not going to do an iron remove or anything like that. This is just a standard kind of wash and wax. We're going to do our tires, wheels, and wheel wells and all that jazz. And then once we're done with our wash and clay, because you want to have a prepped surface, as prepped as possible, so that your wax has the most fighting chance to be able to withstand the salts and the high pH soaps. And then we'll go ahead and apply that. So I first need to do the interior, and then I'll bring you along as we kind of do time lapse on washing and claying our exterior. And then we'll go ahead, apply the wax, and I just want to show you how easy this product is to apply and remove. So let's get into it. All right, so before we go ahead and wash this, let's just do a quick walk around so you can kind of see the condition before. By no means is it perfect. I haven't polished it. I'm not planning on polishing it. We've got a lot of dirt, road film. We had heavy rain this past weekend, probably close to 2 inches. You can see these tires and wheels have been sorely neglected. We're actually going to, normally I would just use Rage and wheel brightener, but we're going to use McKee's 37 tire and rubber rejuvenator and foaming wheel cleaner, because I need just a little bit more dedicated cleaners and punch to get these cleaned. We've got some bug residue. So we are going to first do our tires and wheels, and then we're going to do our pre-rinse, then our pre-soak with Rage. Let that sit, let that, kind of help loosen the road film, the bugs. Then from there we'll rinse that off, and then we'll foam it up again with our Dirt Buster from Superior Products. And then we're going to go ahead, rinse that off, and do our contact wash. Actually, not rinse that off, we'll just do our contact wash, rinse that off, and then we'll come back in with a second soap application to clay and rinse and dry. So that's a summary, but let's go ahead, speed it up. I'll try to put kind of a quick explanation to what I'm using and what I'm doing as I get into each process, but let's get into it. Alright, so here's our finished look of the wash and clay bar. Already you can see quite an improvement. There's still some minor scratches and swirls, but what I like about using the clay bar method versus a clay pad or a clay mitt is it's far less abrasive on the paint, especially when you're using a soap or a clay lubricant. It's going to effectively remove all of that tar and road film and contaminants that are on the surface, and this vehicle had a lot of contaminants. This was one of the more grimy ones that I've done in a while. But you can see we've got great shine. Love that reflection with the leaves. Come over here. So you could say that's good enough. I'm happy, I'm satisfied. We've got a clean vehicle. Well, essentially the reason that we wax a vehicle, one, to enhance the gloss, because it will be shinier, glossier after I wax it even than it is now. So one, for aesthetics, for gloss. Two, the UV protections that are in waxes and sealants and ceramic coatings. Clear coat is exposed to high UVA, UVB rays, and over time that will cause oxidation, which will cause your clear coat to kind of bake off and break down. So the UV protection that is in these LSPs or last step protections is going to help preserve your clear coat. And three, we use waxes, sealants, and ceramic coatings to help make maintenance easier. So when you take it to a car wash or you wash it at home and you hit it with water, that dirt will blow off and it will make the wash of the vehicle a lot easier. If you're driving through rain, a majority of that water will kind of blow off and it just keeps your car cleaner longer. So I'm gonna kind of bring you in close on this front hood. We're just gonna kind of do this hood together, and then I'll just go through fast motion with the rest of the vehicles, not to bore you, but essentially let me get set up and I'll show you how I would apply this. Alright, so for any of you who have never applied wax with a DA, it's just essentially a faster method of applying the wax, but I like to use either a black or blue Lake Country. This is kind of like a wax application pad. They also have red ones, the black ones, but essentially these are going to be your softest pads. They are not going to do any sort of polishing or braiding to the paint. They keep the, they can absorb the waxes and things like that far more than some of your more rigid ones like the yellow or orange. So I do kind of, whenever I use one pad for a certain type of wax, I will kind of leave it for that wax because it's going to be impossible to get all of the wax out in the future, and you might find that there's some dusting. That's essentially the old wax is kind of getting thrown out of the pad as I'm using it. But with Collinite 845, you can see we've still got a liquid form. I put a sprayer on the tip. Let me actually see if I can get this sprayer open. This is to get it more of a fine mist. All right, there we go. We've got that fine mist. Now, like I said, less is more with this product. So essentially you could probably just do 2 sprays, like one to prime it and then one to apply it. And you just want to go at a slow speed and start at the top and work your way. You don't need to do 2 or 3 section passes. 1 section pass is sufficient, so you don't run the risk of any sort of dirt or anything getting in the pad and getting ground in. But we're going to come in here. This is my Shine Master 15mm long throw and essentially spread it. Alright, so we're going to continue to do the rest of this vehicle. You can use this product on glass. It's fantastic on glass. Make sure that you also hit your headlights to, put an additional layer of UV protection on them. I'm not going to do the glass in this moment because I'm going to use a different product, just because for the lack of time, I don't want to have to deal with buffing that off. But you can see here that our wax is already setting up. We're going to come in here. I've got a McKees 37, one of their new Korean plushes, fantastic microfiber. And we're just going to come in here and wipe this off. Easy to see where you've wiped off. Very easy to wipe off. It's not grabby. It's no dusting. Alright, and just like that, we've got our hood protected, and look at that gloss. So we're going to finish this up to the rest of the vehicle and remove it, and then I'll do a quick walk around with you to show you the finished product. Okay, so here's how easy the wipe off is. Once you let it dry, kind of get like a haze to it, just come in. You can see we've got our wax applied. Just come in, wipe it off. Here. And it's just as easy as that. Let's do our hood. There's just something cathartic about waxing a car. But you can see where we haven't buffed off, where we have, and just the beautiful gloss that follows. So let me keep waxing off, because I don't necessarily need to wax on, because I did that with the DA. And we'll do our walk around. Alright, so here is our finished look. We've gone ahead and removed all the wax. Super easy, no ghosting. Fantastic product, easy on, easy off. No dusting unless you have a dirty pad. But you can see we've got fantastic gloss. There is some filling capabilities within Collinite 845. So this vehicle looks like I spent an hour polishing it, but I really didn't. We don't have a lot of direct sun for us to kind of see But you can just see from here, this vehicle looks fantastic. You know, you've got a wax sealant that is going to last a majority of the duration of winter. And I think my customer is going to be very happy with these results. So hopefully this helps some of you guys with, you know, the boggling question of what do I protect my vehicle with? How do I protect my vehicle before winter? If any of you are here in the Northeast and you're wanting to get your vehicle ready for wintertime, you know, I've shown you all the steps from your wash, your prep with your decontamination, and then from there, how to apply Collinite A45. You can use this with a hand applicator as well. It's just going to take a little bit longer, a little bit more fatigue with your muscles, but the DA, you can also do it anywhere from speed 3 to 5 and let it kind of haze up. You can almost apply the wax to the entire vehicle. Let it haze up, then come back with a soft, plush, clean microfiber and remove it, and you're good to go. So, thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I am super excited to see all of the new followers and new subscribers. Thank you guys for those of you who just joined us. For those of you who've been there from the start, thank you for your continued support. And we will see you guys in the next video. Have a great night.